life. You just enjoy the fulfillment you want in every dimension, including relationships. Because here, when it comes to relationships in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, in the Hindu ecosystem, again, the right context is set for life when it comes to relationships. Whether it's a guru-disciple relationship, or the guru-behan relationship, or the relationship between spouse, the relationship between mother and father, a relationship, between mother and son, daughter and son, all these things, mother and daughter, father and daughter, the context for life is set. The context for why we're doing what we're doing is set. And because this is set, it's a conflict-free space. Everything is very clear. Let's raise each other to the Paramashivatva. Let's raise each other to higher and higher consciousness. Let's make each other more and more stable in this evolving ecosystem of super consciousness. And so this is how I feel that Sri Kailasa is stringing together this whole thing, building the ecosystem where the fulfillment of relationships is actually possible. See, in the world today, it's very there's this cognition that, oh, relationships aren't possible. Because we can look at the statistics. Statistically speaking, it's showing that it's not possible, actually. But in Sri Kailasa, the right context for life is there. The right context for why we do what we do is there. Because this context is very clearly set, and we have the ecosystem, the Sangha, Guru Linga Sangha, all three are there. It becomes now a space where the actual fulfillment can happen. The relationships can happen. The fulfillment in every dimension, whether it's in the knowledge dimension, relationship dimension. I said all this before already, but the fulfillment can actually happen. It's actually possible. And it's happening in front of our eyes. And now with the Krishna Bhava Samadhi Darshan, it's a totally different game now. Krishna himself is literally landing for us to enjoy. It's just like how Krishna says, to enjoy himself, he enjoys himself through the constitution of Radhika. Same way, when we're enjoying Krishna, Krishna is enjoying us, is enjoying himself through us. What kind of a privilege this is, for Krishna to enjoy himself through us, for Krishna to play with us as his own flute. In every Krishna Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Krishna is giving us this opportunity. What kind of an ecosystem even gives this kind of opportunity? It's completely next level. It completely transforms the very being itself. Even in the Vaityashoda Bhava Samadhi Darshan, we were seeing the facts about what happens during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. What happens to the genetics? What happens to the very biochemistry? Like this, now, Krishna is giving us his very own genetics, his very own super consciousness, his very own biochemistry, literally manifesting through us. What kind of ecosystem gives us? The Kailasa ecosystem. So this is something what I wanted to share about stringing everything together that was presented in today's pre-satsang session, and how Kailasa really does provide an end-to-end solution. How the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, even when it comes to the community, everybody's excited for Bhava Samadhi Darshan now. Everybody is excited for Krishna. The whole love is in the air. Everybody's excited. Everybody's alive. Everybody's preparing. So this whole thing, it's I can wrap this whole thing just by saying Kailasa is intense life. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Anoshan. Such a beautiful sharing. And now actually to think more about relationships and Bhagavan Sri Krishna. If you take Sri Krishna's whole life, since the time he was left in Gokula by his father, and the relationship all the relationships he carried since then, be it the relationship he had with Yashoda, the relationship he had with everyone in Gokula, in Vrindavan, with the other Gopikas and Gopis. And then after that, after he came and after he killed Kamsa, and then when he assumed, when he became a part, before he became a part of Dwaraka, when he was in Gurukul, the relationship he had with Sudama and with his gurus there, each and every place, everywhere he went, the relationships he had only in the space of enriching them to bring them more and more closer to the space of Advaita, to the space of oneness. And you can just see by his very life, all the relationships he had, he only gave. and he did so much of tyaga. That's why actually the other day in Satsang Swamiji shared so much about Tyaga and was saying how Krishna is the ultimate Tyagi, where he sacrificed everything, even what comes the whatever little bit comes from even having a good name. He sacrificed even that. He didn't leave any stone unturned. Whatever he could sacrifice, he sacrificed everything, not for himself, but for the sake of fulfilling his avataric mission to fulfill and to get rid of so much of negativity, so much of incompletions and burden which Mother Earth was facing. So, love in the other way, by having real love, you're actually manifesting real tyaga, having the space of real tyaga. And Krishna is the perfect example for that. We can actually say, if you take the life of a mother, everything she does for her kid. And so if that means sacrificing sleep, if that means sacrificing so many of her own maybe personal interests which she sacrifices everything without a second thought, just for the sake of her child. And so Bhagavan Sri Krishna not only did he sacrifice everything for the people of that time, he sacrificed everything he had for the sake of the whole world, for the sake of the cosmos, and that pretty much actually earns him the title of being the Jagan Mata, being the mother of the world, where feeling the whole earth, feeling the whole world as his child, he gave off everything, and whatever could be sacrificed, sacrificed everything, and made sure that Mother Earth would be protected and that humanity still has a future. And so by this we can actually see the immense tyaga which Bhagavan Sri Krishna has done so many thousands of years ago, and how Swamiji is still doing that tyaga which Bhagavan Sri Krishna was doing. Swamiji is continuing to do the tyaga in so many different ways. The numbers of hours he worked, the contributions he has given to society, even though the world has whatever the injustice and hate and all that is being thrown on Swamiji, even not being bothered by it, allowing that to pass, and by being in that space of completion and even giving back, enriching and contributing back towards them as well. Swamiji is still demonstrating that space of Tyaga, still demonstrating how even when the whole world is being injustice to you, you can still, how we can still only contribute and give back to society. So actually, when someone this Swamiji shared in one of the recent satsang which I read in the Guru Gita, where Swamiji says that the ultimate sacrifice a master does is even when the disciple hates him, even when the disciple, the devotees, even when they hate him, even loving them back. That is the ultimate sacrifice which the master makes. Where even though you know that that person is not appreciating you for what you're doing, a person despises you of what you're doing for them, even then continuing to love them, continuing, because you know that they are not making that out of that. That's not something which they are making. It is a decision which is, it is a incompletion which is arising from some other part of them, from their mind and from various other root patterns and engrams which they have inside of them. So the ultimate sacrifice, giving up even the good name, giving up even whatever good feeling or whatever pride may be coming of having good relationship with another person, by sacrificing even that and doing only what is good for that person, what that person actually really needs in life. That is what is Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Swamiji, both of them have showed continuously in their life, and Swamiji is continuing to show that even now by his number of hours he is working for the very same humanity, for the very same world who has forced him into seclusion now. And so this kind of love is not normal love. This is not ordinary love. This love can happen only when you have this deep cognitive shift of how you love the whole world as your own child, as your own extension. And there's nothing which we can give back to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. There's nothing which we can give back even to Swamiji. What he's offering is something which only he can offer. And no matter how much ever we do, it can never measure up to what he has contributed to our lives. And giving that kind of a love, having love where you know that even by giving this, there's nothing anyone else can even return back to you. That is the real love, and that is what is unconditional love. A real hero is someone who is able to give this love and able to reciprocate,